Hello, people. I'm sorry for this mishap. Hello, everyone. Namaste. मुझे पता नहीं आई डोंट नो वेदर टू कंडक्ट दिस सेशन इन हिंदी और इंग्लिश. एक बहुत ही दिक्कत आ रही है. बहुत सारे लोग चाहते हैं कि मैं हिंदी में बात करूं और एंड देयर आर मेनी व्यूअर्स हु आर अब्रॉड who watch this show from outside India as well, who are more comfortable with English. And since क्योंकि सुशांत ने ये जो डॉक्यूमेंट किया है ड्राइव्स में कुछ खुलासे किए हैं जिनके वजह से उनको मार दिया गया है, वो इंग्लिश में किया है उन्होंने, तो हमको भी इंग्लिश में सेशंस करना थोड़ा आसान होता है. तो इसी चीज़ को हिंदी में अनुवाद करके सुशांत जिस तरह से आप लोगों के सामने उसको पेश करना चाहते थे उस तरह से पेश करने के लिए थोड़ा समय देने की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. लेकिन हमारे पास समय की बहुत कमी है क्योंकि लगातार ड्राइव्स पे अटैक्स होते जा रहे हैं, हो रहे हैं. ठीक है. तो आज का जो सेशन है वो दिशा स्पेशल. टुडे इज a session which will show the connection between Sushant and Disha Salyan, as well as there is another Disha. So recently we heard news in the media. पता नहीं कितना सच है क्योंकि आजकल जिस तरह से मेन स्ट्रीम मीडिया रिपोर्ट करती है न्यूज़ फेंकने की तरह, फिर बाद में आके पता चलता है कि दैट न्यूज़ वाज फेक. सो पता नहीं. एज रिपोर्टेड इन द मेन स्ट्रीम मीडिया, CBI has apparently closed the case of Disha Salyan as accident. I don't know कि दिशा सालियान का केस कब CBI के पास गया. I thought it was with Mumbai police. सिर्फ सुशांत का केस दिशा CBI के पास गया था. तो अगर CBI का कहना ये है कि क्योंकि लोग बोल रहे थे कि सुशांत और दिशा सालियान के डेथ के बीच में कनेक्शन है और दिशा का भी मर्डर हुआ था, तो उन्होंने पहले वो एंगल रूल आउट किया कि कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है दिशा सालियान और सुशांत के डेथ के बीच में और दिशा का डेथ एक एक्सीडेंट है कह के CBI के किसी अननोन सोर्स ने मीडिया को बताया है बोल के मीडिया में रिपोर्ट्स आए हैं recently, a day or two back. Okay. So, but सुशांत के ड्राइव्स में दिशा सालियान का जिक्र हुआ है. I have already read the slides which have made mention of Disha Salyan, whose case was recently closed by CBI as per the mainstream media as nothing but an accident and having no connection with Sushant's death. Okay. तो फिर ये क्या है जो सुशांत के ड्राइव्स में पढ़ रही हूँ जिसको CBI एक्नॉलेज नहीं करना चाहता है. CBI के 4 बार CBI ऑफिस जाके उनसे मिलने के बाद, उनसे एक्नॉलेजमेंट लाने के बाद इन ड्राइव्स के बारे में उनको वैलिडेट करने के लिए 1 साल से ऊपर भी हो गया है. CBI इस ड्राइव्स को ना ही वैलिडेट करना चाहती है और ना ही जो सबूत हैं दिशा सालियान के केस में हो या सुशांत के केस में हो कि ये हत्या के अलावा और कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता है, उस सबूतों को वो नजरअंदाज कर रही है. तो आज मैं फिर से रिफ्रेश करना चाहती हूँ हमारे दर्शकों के लिए कि क्या लिखा था। अब तक हमने जो स्लाइड्स कवर किए हैं, क्या लिखा था सुशांत ने दिशा सालियान के बारे में, ठीक है। तो आई विल गो अहेड एंड रीड वन स्लाइड नाउ, सुशांत के शब्दों में। My interactions and the progress in my research. This now from here is a new chapter wherein we will speak about my progress in the work I am doing, the entry of new people in my life, and also the impact of some decisions. I took this chapter is going to be one of the most important chapters in this journey because here I got to know a lot of things. When relations with the society and my friend circles are concerned. In this chapter, before I go ahead and cover the contents that are going to be discussed, let me in brief explain why this initial explanation is important and what should we be doing in order to establish ourselves in our fight against the corrupt system. Your four main contacts to get any job done with respect to any doubts you have in any of the matters discussed are as follows. 1. Disha Salyan. 2. Sandeep Nahar. 3. Tiger Shroff. 4. Nawazuddin Siddiq. For funds or other technical requirements, you can approach these following people. 1. Some name he mentioned, which I don't want to discuss because I don't know in what stage of life they are, through Sharman Joshi. 2. Through Disha Salyan. 3. Dash 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 through Tiger Shroff. 4. Dash 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 through Nawazuddin Siddiqui. Now for the funding, you can always get in touch with Tiger or Nawaz Bhai, whom we shall henceforth call Jay and Baba. But if you are not able to connect to these, then you can get in touch with dash 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 dash. The contact details are as follows. Contact through Telegram is the best option because we do the same. And he gave the contact details of Tiger Shroff, Nawazuddin Siddiqui, and some other people whose name I don't want to disclose now because I don't know what risk is there in their on their head. Please note, dash dash doesn't respond quite often on Telegram. I will be sharing his number in the slides later. The best way to get in touch with this person is through WhatsApp, the way you can get in touch with him. Also, I will explain. The most important thing here, please remember, this is just one part of my team. And there are more people. If you have reached here, means that you have no intentions of foul play whatsoever. And from now on, the slides that you read in this drive are very, very important, and it does have a lot of information which can make you super strong in your approach towards this fight. So, back to Deepti from Sushant's words. So, this slide I had read long back when I had started decoding and downloading the drives. So let me again remind you people that we are not downloading or decoding the drives in chronological order because we also don't know which slide comes next in order because Sushant has saved this in a jumbled way. He has numbered the drives something and he has followed some other chronology. Maybe he has taken extra precautions to see that his work cannot be destroyed or doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Maybe that's the reason he did all this. But we also don't know till we actually decode the slide and download it what is in that. So we have, I'm not sure if we went in order-wise, the order in which he wrote, but whatever we are able to decode and download, we are sharing with the public. So this is one slide where Disha Salyan's name is clearly mentioned as being a part of Sushant's team, which was researching into the crimes and the corrupt nexus between the police, the politicians, the Bollywood people, the sports persons, and different criminals, and terrorism, and a lot of tragedies that have happened in the country. So clearly, two of these people are no more alive, Sandeep Nahar and Disha Salyan. And both these deaths are also mysterious. Okay. So Sandeep Nahar, apparently he died through suicide, apparently, is what is being told. Disha Salyan, they recently concluded as nothing but an accident. In that case, I think CBI should furnish proof that it is nothing but an accident. It should furnish the post-mortem report and the video of the post-mortem report, because it's a rule in India. Whenever a post-mortem happens, it has to be videographed, and the video is saved in the archives. So I think it's high time, because there are a lot of questions being raised on the way of functioning of the agencies on the CBI, especially in this case, because it is not showing any transparency. It is not showing any intent to solve the case. सीधी बात है. It hasn't shown an intent to, validate the drives that I'm sharing, and publicly claiming as belonging to Sushant. But we get to hear the news that they have sent a team to America to get WhatsApp chats and other online details of Sushant from his last days, and that too after a year of being handed off the case. We get to hear this news. So now I will read the next slide, wherein Disha's mention came. Okay. All right. This was the slide where he mentioned about when he was mentioning about getting to know that the people around him were actually the moles who were leaking out information about his research to the culprits. During that juncture, he had written this one slide where there is clear mention of Disha Salyan. So let me just go ahead and read the slide once again. Over to Sushant. The only mistake I feel that happened here was she saw Disha calling me. Here he refers to Ria. The only mistake I feel that happened here was Ria saw Disha calling me in front of her. I just blasted out to her that how many times do I tell you don't disturb me when I am disconnecting the call. I'm not quite sure how well this answer of mine stuck, because what happened was, as soon as this news was out onto her, she literally started sweating and just rushed out of the room to try and take stock of the situation. I followed her. She was furious and was looking totally lost and shocked when she saw me right behind her. The phone, which was on the ear, came abruptly down, and she was like, "You need something?" I was like, "You were sweating and you walked out of the room when our discussion was going on. All well?" She told me, "Yes," and came close to me and gave me big hug. She might have thought I am an idiot and cannot make out, but I was clearly sensing that this hug was not out of love, but just to make sure that if I have seen her mannerisms and asked her for her phone, why did she drop the call? When I just entered right behind her, she played this to perfection, to give me a hug and to delete the last call and make a dummy one. But the only thing she forgot was, when you hug someone, your elbow and arm touch the back of the person whom you are hugging. I got my answers. I just acted indifferent and carried on. But now I was sure that this girl was never on my side. She was just a plant in my life to know what kind of actions I am going to take and how I could be stopped. Things were pretty clear to me that this is why I was failing. This is why we all were messing up with so many things which could be handled better. But thank God, now I was crystal clear what was my path ahead, and I was very sure how I should play my game further. This was an eye opener for me, but from here, my gut started telling me that I have unknowingly pulled Disha in this too. I have to do something now which will take all doubts away from her, because she is one girl who boldly had the guts to tell it on my face that I am with you, and I can give you all the connections between Salman Khan and various other actors because I was Aishwarya Rai's manager. And my tenure with her has shown me a lot of dirty places. My mind began to think, if Riya is plant in my life, can Rohan be a plant in hers? But again, I might be assuming. But I need to be prepared, and I have to start working on this angle. Now that I know, why was this girl poking her nose into everything? And as I had expected, my phone rings and I get a call from Mahesh Bhatt telling me that he wants to talk to me about Jia Khan's death and how his name was framed into this incident. And he has proof of his innocence and he wants to meet up. I did not know what to do at that moment, because till now I was under the impression that the enemy is outside the house. But this incident made me realize that there are enemies inside the house too. And this is one big concern we need to address very, very soon, because now the mission I was doing, according to me, stands half exposed. And I need to be very, very careful with every step I take, because these steps can make or break the thing we are doing now. What is most important is that I need to make sure that I have to first work out every situation in my mind and then react to the situation on hand. So, this particular slide, which we had decoded earlier, let me tell you when it was documented by Sushant. It was documented in September, I think. Just a second. It was documented in September 2019. Both the slides which I read, they were written by Sushant in September 2019. As I keep saying, that each and every slide of the drive that I am decoding, I mean, my team is decoding and I'm sharing publicly, can be verified for any manipulations or edits later on. See, that is the advantage of digital data. It can neither be completely destroyed. It has every imprint. I mean, it has timestamp. It has all the records digitally available, provided the agencies have the intention to, dig out the truth, which they clearly seem to lack. God knows for whatever reason or what pressure is on them, whose orders they are following, and we have seen in Jia Khan's case how they played with the evidences, how they ignored certain evidences, how they tried to destroy certain evidences. The basic evidence, like the call records and the chat records of the accused Suresh Manchali, have not been collected. And the reason given is that he didn't share the PIN with the agency, a BlackBerry PIN. I mean, seriously? Okay. So now these two slides, which are written by Sushant, okay, if CBI validates the drives, they can find out on which date they were written. they can find out through the credentials of the drives, through the purchase code, source code, and network route. And there are a lot of parameters to check if it was purchased by Sushant, or if it belonged to Sushant or not, if it was written by him or not. And uh, I mean, beyond doubt, it can be established that these droids were written by Sushant. uh, all it needs is the CBI to validate it. And now there is another slide. We are going to come to one major explosive, sensational news now. There is one case. As I told in the earlier of this session, जैसे मैंने पहले कहा था, और एक दिशा के साथ भी सुशांत का कनेक्शन है. So the very first or the second slide that I downloaded had another name, I mean another mention of Disha. तभी मुझे लग रहा था कि ये दिशा सालियान है. और फर्स्ट में ये स्लाइड का डाउनलोड होना, इट वाज मेरे दिमाग में भी काफ़ी डाउट्स, काफ़ी डाउट्स, इट वाज रेजिंग मेनी डाउट्स इन माय माइंड कि हाउ इज दिस पॉसिबल दैट after Disha's death, Sushant has written so much of data on the drive. But this is another Disha, and इसका कनेक्शन जो है मैं बताऊंगी अभी, आगे जाके बहुत ही विस्तार में आने वाला है. पहले मैं वो स्लाइड पढ़ूंगी जिसमें और एक बार दिशा का मेंशन हुआ था, जो पहले सबसे पहले हमने इसको डिकोड किया था और डाउनलोड किया था. तो ये जो है, पहले मैं वो स्लाइड पढ़ूंगी, उसके बाद वो कनेक्शन मैं आपको बताऊंगी. All right. So this was the first slide that I had read actually. I'll read it again. इस स्लाइड में फिर से दिशा का मेंशन आ रहा है, लेकिन इस स्लाइड में जो दिशा है इज नॉट दिशा सालियान. अभी तक मुझे पता नहीं था, बट अभी जब आई वेंट डीप इनटू इट दैट हाउ कैन ही राइट अबाउट दिशा's डेथ at this juncture. So first let me read that slide and then I will make the connection. और अगर इस टाइम, इस दौरान अगर मेरा नेट उठ जाए, या तो फिर, हालांकि मैंने आई हैव टेकन इनफ केयर एंड आई हैव वी आर टेकिंग केयर टू सी दैट बहुत सारे अटैक्स हो रहे हैं, तो अभी भी हो रहे हैं, बट ये इतना बड़ा खुलासा होने वाला है अभी कि अगर बोलते बोलते अगर मेरा नेट उड़ जाए या डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाए, देन आप समझ जाइए कि ये क्यों हो रहा है, कहाँ से अटैक्स आ रहा है. सो लेट मी फर्स्ट जस्ट रीड दिस स्लाइड. Where there is a will, there is a way. What is the virtue of human life to give into negativity or stay positive and fight to make the world a better place to live and make the place a better social place where every values of truth shall stand strong and keep the war going. Recent changes in my life and the professional atmosphere I am in these days. But the fact is that no profession or personal issue are big when the entire existence of humanity is at stake. When my conscience started pricking me in my own personal capacity, I feel that there is no need to step up. I feel that there is need to step up and do something to stop this. I have been breaking my brain behind this and have been doing a lot of legwork and research around the same. The amount of calls I am getting and the amount of emails I have got is being documented here. Till I am here, I will take care of everything. But when I am gone, there is nothing to worry. Because till this page opens up, no one will be able to spoil the work I have done. If you are reading this and have gotten access to this, you, I believe, are the person who is mentioned in the holy verses of our religious text. who is the chosen one to solve this. I might have started it, but I might not be the chosen one to finish this. But yes, I am born as a human being. I have my own brain and my own set of thought processes. And the birth that I have got by the grace of God, I'm trying to make it count. No complaints on anyone, but yes, it pains when I see that people who do matter and one word from them would have done a world of good. But what do we conclude? The conclusion is if Sushant Singh Rajput is killed, there will be the power of truth which will come back and take this further. This drive is the first one. I am starting to make notes and keep all my research and findings and shall mention about this in every angle I take up. The summary of comments which I shall be covering for now would be as follows. The summary of contents which I shall be covering for now would be as follows. 1. Jia Khan's murder. It is not hanging, but it's a cold-blooded murder. 2. Paras Dogra road accident. Though not such a high-profile figure, but was one prime witness who could put much light on the same case, which is brushed aside, like that of Disha. This case, which is called a lonely murder, Parveen Bhabi. 3. The biggest angle of how drugs is ruining the society and the connection why scientists are missing and the connection of this to organ and human functioning, human trafficking. The various anti-India movements that are happening and the connection it has to every political party that was ever there, ever formed or is still functioning. The connection between the black marketing, hawala, money laundering and the schemes that have been running now. Some hearsay events and the matters. I have spoken to people and done some research around the same. If someone while reading this might feel what a movie star has to do with all this that is going around, I would like to put it in this way that I too am a human being, and when you would be reading this, I would be history. And if this helps someone to make sure effort would see the light of the day, then I would feel my life was fruitful. So this was, I had read these slides uh, around a year back when I started decoding them. Um, so in this we have a Disha. And a lot of people started asking me, like, how can, I mean, were the rest of the contents written in 8 days? Because Disha, I think she was killed on June 8th and immediately after 6 days or so, Sushant was killed. So many people started raising questions, and many other planted YouTube audios took advantage of this and tried to mislead people, saying that it's not making sense, the grammar is not right, so the spelling mistake is not wrong. This is not Sushant's way of writing. How can Disha's? He can mention. How can he mention Disha's that? And you know, I mean, you are saying there is this lady is saying that there is around 750 or 800 GB of data in Sushant's drives, and in the very beginning she is mentioning Disha's death. So has he written the rest of the 800 GB data in just a span of 5 days or so? So a lot of things, I mean, happened because of this. So I want to clear it now, because this time we went deep, because this was not making sense to me either. Why did Disha's name come here? So this Disha is someone else. I hope people can see me and I have not been thrown out of the screen. Okay. So this Disha is someone else. If people remember, in 2019, no, Sunana ji, it's not Disha Patani. Disha Patani is very much alive and kicking. There is this another Disha. I will show you which Disha. Yeah, Sawmill. Thank you. I will show you which Disha is mentioned in this last slide that I read. Please give me a minute. I will show you something, a news clipping. I hope the internet doesn't get blown off now. There are a lot of attacks happening. So here, please see this. Telangana encounter killing in Disha rape murder case. There was one veterinarian in Hyderabad by the name of Disha who was apparently gang raped by 4 people in 2019. And apparently the Hyderabad police who never get, you know, angry on so many injustices that they keep saying, they apparently got so much angry on these rapists that without a trial or anything, they just shot him shot those 4 in an encounter. And this act of the Hyderabad police was hailed by the social media and the public alike. So, but now we find a connection here in Sushant's tribes. I will show another video as well. At that time, the Hyderabad police were hailed, oh, Singham, this is how the criminals should be punished. They did the right thing. So many debates happened. But ultimately, what happened? Recently, another ruling came, and the Supreme Court clearly gave this verdict that it was a fake encounter and has asked, just a second, let me just share that news. Yeah. Supreme Court panel says book 10 cops for killing 4 accused in Hyderabad rape and murder case. This happened recently in May 2022. This case is very much alive. Now let me tell you what Sushant found about Disha. This Disha, not Disha Shalyan. I want to read that particular slide. This is getting more dirtier. As we are going more deeper, everything is becoming more clearer and dirtier. And we can all be very clear now as to why no authority or no agency is interested in solving Sushant's case, or for that matter, any case, be it Sridevi case or be it the mysterious deaths of, just a second, yeah, or be it the mysterious deaths of so many ISRO scientists or so many high-profile people. They always remain mysterious with all answers not asked. So let me read that portion where we did a lot of digging to find out what connection could Sushant possibly bring out about this veterinarian Disha's death. Okay, so Sushant touched upon Ajitab's death. Okay, we haven't even covered that. Ajitab was working on the Aadhaar project when he was with the Wipro, and he vanished mysteriously. Okay, and this is another death that he has touched upon. I will write Sushant's. I'm going to read Sushant's words now. This is a slide which I went after. Okay, it is yet to come. It is not in order of the things. But since I was so curious as to how come this Disha's name came so earlier, so we found out the connection. I want to read it today. I haven't shared this anywhere. I haven't shared this anywhere so far, not even in Twitter or anything, because today I was late because we were on this work only. I was just about to download that. We had to do a lot of searching for this. So there is a report as well, which I will share as and when we reach there, but I want to read this. Disha's death, as highlighted in this work slide on the main console, is one such incident where not many will actually understand why it forms an important link to understand where humanity is heading towards. The questions that I would like to ask here, based on what I have gotten to know, is where is humanity heading towards? Where has the common sense of the society gone? Why is it that till date no one is raising a question on why were the rapists killed in an encounter? If you feel here that the killing of the rapists was a justification to the crime they did, then well, let me tell you, you are in for a shock, as this murder is not that small incident or not one of those where rape was the motive. Behind the crime, the motive was the scams that were happening in the field of veterinary sciences and the hands that were involved in these crimes. Let me note this down here as an introduction to what is in store. And once I get the detailed report of everything, I will present it too. Disha, this woman had gotten to know a lot of things that were happening in the veterinary field and was doing her own research around these issues of concerns. 1. The growth vaccines that were used on animals and the effects that had on the human bodies. A lot of these vaccine contents are used as supplements for easy mass by bodybuilders. Most of the growth drugs that are used in getting the animals beefed up are slowly getting into the nutrition industry. The medical mafia is doing some kind of research wherein if the genetic patterns of the pigs are manipulated, they can generate a lot more insulin. The research conducted here, yes, is in itself an important issue, but what is a bigger issue here is that the meat of such animals could lead to type 1 diabetes. 3. Growth vaccines used on chickens. 4. The medicines that are fed to cows. 5. The types of proteins that are fed to chickens to increase their egg output. Yes, this is a discussed topic, but then now the greed for more has become so much more that a particular type of neurotoxin has been tested. This has caused an outbreak of diseases in birds, which was turned down as bird flu. The 6. The reports that were generated on this clearly showed that yes, the output of eggs would multiply, but such eggs could cause around 66 types of allergies and around 8 types of digestive tract related problems in humans. 7. The encounter that happened, the biggest truth lies here. Out of all the killings that happened, no doubt, were the people who were involved in the crime. But there was one such individual whose name never came out anywhere, who was an important witness to this crime and had some idea as to what was happening and was about to come out and in the open and record his statement along with Dr. Disha. The news link to this is attached below. Okay. I hope I was clear today. मधुरा जी, सौमिल जी, सुनना जी, खत्री जी, हेलो एवरीवन. आज पहली बार मैं प्राइवेट चैट देख रही हूँ क्योंकि this was a short session. I just wanted to bring some important points to people's notice. Suchitra ji, is Tiger clean? I doubt. Tiger Shroff formed a core, was a core member of Sushant's team. Tiger Shroff, Sharman Joshi, and that guy's name, Nawazuddin Siddiqui. Okay. See, these three were core members of Sushant's team. So they had the main link of these drives as well, which they have now handed it over to the Cabal people. They have, it seems, they have joined hands with them because the contact details which Sushant had mentioned, which I read the slides today. Yes, we did interact. They contacted me through those IDs only, and we did interact. And initially, I thought that initially they were also not a part of the cabal. Initially, when they got in touch with me, when I started sharing the drives, they did try to discourage me from sharing the drive contents, as they said that it will put a lot of lives in danger. But after some time I got to know that they have joined hands with the cabal, and maybe I don't know if they had joined hands beforehand only and were just acting in front of me, or but they have the main link. They are the other three people who, apart from Sushant, have the main link. So this is how they can attack the drives, because uh, now the main link is with the Cabal people. So we are actually the people with me, the IT team with me. They are doing a very great job actually, trying to stop all the attacks. And so far we have been able to keep this drives safe. Uh, One of such members, Dhruva, he is also very good at network servers and encryptions, and also yes, we have been able to save them, and we are confident that we can save them. But I don't know what CBI is waiting and what the public is waiting for, when the truth is so much clear that uh, they are not simply interested in giving justice. They are not simply interested in letting people know the truth about why Sushant was killed, or why Disha Sajan was killed, or why Sri Devi was killed. And I tell it today. If I am speaking any lie or anything, please go ahead and file a case of defamation on me or something. I am saying Boni Kapoor and Manish Malhotra killed Sri Devi, and I am saying that Sushant was killed, and the people responsible for Sushant were those whom Sushant named in his drives. At least if they are grilled, then they will know who actually came and murdered him that day, like Ria, Siddharth Pithani, and Dino Morio, Dino Morio, and there are other people, Siddharth, Sandeep Singh. These are people who have backstabbed him and who were with him in his last days. So they all know. CBI also knows. So now public is knowing where all of us stand, where justice stands, where the systems stand. So I would like to actually end the session today early. Uh, would anyone of you like to join the session? Then I can share the link with you. That is, if I get a response in the direct chat. Yes, Vijay, I already read this incident in Deepa ma'am session. But today I had the session was about Disha and Sushant's connection. So I read it again because recently in the news we read how Disha's death was concluded as accident by CBI. Yes, Anulak Khaji, hello, hi. Um, Dharmic warrior, keep on weeping. Neta's tweeters like disposable garbage. It's not about keep on weeping. It's about making people aware. Okay. And if after that people decide to, keep on weeping, or like you keep discouraging, or but not do anything to change it, then of course we, the public, everyone deserves this. So anyone would like to come live on the show? Some kind of information also given by channel Chasing Dreams. There is also such discussion. Okay. Hello, Bindya ji. Hello, Yogesh Chaudhary ji. I'm fine. Thank you for your concern. But yeah, I mean, to be fine, to stay safe, बहुत सारे पापड़ भेड़ने पड़ रहे हैं. It's okay. I mean, like, if people like Sushant and Sridevi could be killed for trying to bring these truths out. And if I have still been able to stay safe, then of course God is definitely with us. God is definitely with the truth this time. But it is an acid test, a litmus test for the public. Espen, I'm coming to that. A litmus test for the public, that now you're seeing things as they are, but if you still want to close your eyes to it and forget it after some time, and then go ahead and fill their pockets with the money by watching their cheap movies and falling prey to their agendas, then of course we deserve this. There should be no complaints. uh, Aspen, yes, I filed Srideviji's case for, not exactly Srideviji's case, it was a case against the judicial systems of the country, with Srideviji's case being a stand in example, because we had documented evidences of manipulations and foul play by the Supreme Court itself, by the Supreme Court of India. To the Honorable Chief Justice of India and the Supreme Court of India, I request you people to take action on me and book me for contempt of court, or file a defamation, or put me in jail if I am speaking anything wrong. I filed a case in ICJ against the judicial systems of the country, since the apex court of the country, Supreme Court of India, it played with my case, with its dates for misappropriation of dates and manipulation. It played with the proofs that we submitted. And but in ICJ as well, we had Subramaniam Swamy, Dr. Swamy, and Gopal Subramaniam, and few other people represent the judicial systems of the country, and argue on their favor. But my presentation has not yet happened. They all know that the case is there. It's not just I am saying. Dr. Swamy knows, Dr. Uh, Gopal Subramaniam. I mean, because very big lawyers have tried to, you know, represent government of India's side. Uh, they tried to stall the case as well. So with money, power, and influence, because the case is still dragging. As you said, uh, interferences have come from the highest offices in US and UK. So government of India has used all its influence, both in India and both outside, to let not even a presentation happen, because they know that the proofs that I have with me are so strong that if a hearing happens, then the truth will be out in the open, and Boni and Manish have to be punished, and then they will drag the names of other people who are involved, and also that's it. Okay, people. So, what's making this cabal so powerful? Okay, I was supposed to share the link, right? Okay, fine. So, but I just have, hold on. Okay, this is the link. Chat Sharp. Uh, let's just have quick some question answers round if people have any doubts. Let us not stretch it more. It's already 9:26. Rudraksh, you wanted to join? We are waiting for you. Okay. Okay, I've shared the link. Anyone wants to join? I will give it another 2 minutes. Till then, knowledge zone. Of course, I don't know about both the daughters, but I know that the elder one knows. Janvi Kapoor knew even before the Sridevi was to be murdered that she will be removed out of the way. Uh, because we have proof for that, I can say that for sure. Okay, Vaishali ji, I don't, because I am, talking about certain truths which are very sensational. I would not like to indulge in speculation. What you are saying might be true about Tiger Shroff, but I have no idea about it. I simply have no idea about it. Komal ji is asking, ma'am, is any team member of Sushant alive? I am not sure again, because we have not covered all the drives yet. And even if any member is alive, I will definitely not reveal that. Um, okay, so unpredictable. Thank you so much. Yeah, it seems Sushant's soul chose us, and maybe God is also there. So still now I am safe. So please keep praying for us. But ultimately, Sushant's fight for Sushant, this fight for Sushant's justice can only be decided by you people and no one else. You decide to let it go, then there will be no justice. You decide to stand up and say, enough. This time we are not going to let it go. This time we are not going to forget. This time we will not do anything less. We will not do with anything less than justice. If you stick to that, keep raising your voices, then justice is possible. Otherwise, if the public doesn't unite, if it doesn't take a stand and say enough is enough, boss, you are the servants of the public, come on, act now. And get the servants of the public act for the country for a change rather than to fill their pockets or to, for themselves and their colleagues or friends. So it depends on us. Let us not push it onto anyone else. Okay. Yes, Komal, this should be the spirit. Let's not push the blame to anyone else saying that the system is like that, they are powerful, we can't do anything. We can't do anything because we have chosen not to do anything. And the more we delay in taking a stand against the wrong, the more tougher it will become for us to, you know, reclaim the good, the lost good, and, put a stop to the evil. So ultimately, see, it's not a matter of perspective. Okay, the way the things, this evil regime has been running this world, we are closer to doom. I mean, climate change is a reality. It's something which is not discussed by the media because it doesn't serve the interests or vested interests or profits of few people, the cabal which is running the world affairs. You see, whichever man is the only animal for who depends on the system for even his basic needs. Man doesn't know how to grow his own food. Okay, even for rest or shelter or whatever the basic needs, we depend on the system because this is how the cabal has designed it to be. Be it agriculture, be it your education, be it your health, everything has been taken control over by the nexus, being manipulated by them, and it ultimately affects our lives and our lifestyles. We end up running from morning, dawn to night to midnight for survival of us and our family members. So, if you think it's not going to affect you and you can continue to ignore it's happened to some Sushant, it happened to some Sridevi, I will not just poke my nose into these things and it will not happen to me, then let me tell you that this thing is already affecting your quality of life. So it's up to us now. It's up to the public now. How you want things to move from here on. The basic truth is the authorities or the agencies or the courts or the judicial systems, they are not interested in giving justice. They are not interested in the word called truth. So now it's us who have to take a tough stand to move things in a different direction, in the direction we want. Okay. So with this, I would like to end this session. No one has joined, though I shared the link. Priyanka ji, I think Priyanka has. Oh, okay. Hello,
Can you
Priyanka
hear
ji.
me?
Yes, I
Hello,
can hear
teacher.
you. Hello, Priyanka ji. After a long time, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Going on with
Yes,
God's grace, going on strong.
you are already very, very strong, and I don't have any question. I was just listening to the session. Keep up your good work, and this country need people like you. And I can see your
And
face
you as well.
more
And you
brighter
as well, Priyanka
than
ji. Though I don't get the time to participate in your streams, but I do keep getting notifications of the work that you are doing. Uh, I mean, it's like we need more people like you because you have been raising voice and doing your bit against certain wrong in whatever you could do. So, yes, thank you for that, for being what you are. Yes, please continue.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And we are there with you. And very soon I will start raising voice and for Sri Devi ji also, because you are doing your part, but definitely we need to raise our voice in more louder way. It is required because how long you will keep on fighting alone. We need genuine people to get associated with this cause, because it is associated with something greater, something which is good for the nation, for everyone. Because these days entire system is in hands of corrupted people and those who are hungry for power and money, due to which the systems, these are made for common people also. They can't be used or misused only for some handful people, because they sit on that chair. They need to remember this, that uh, when we pay our GST, then they get their salary. So it is time of common man Sushant's death, and your when you raised your voice for Sri Devi ji, then it was a awakening. It was an awakening for people, for common people. Now there are so many people who are writing letters for Sushant to PMO, HMO, Chief Justice of India. And very soon, if you need to give us direction, and we will be doing it for Sri Devi ji also if needed, or whatever course of action is required, we will definitely support you on ground also,
Thank you.
or whatever support that you need. Because yeah, all SSRians are with you, and I am going to connect lot of genuine SSRians with you, because uh, I am just watching everything, the work that you are doing, as well as there are a lot of SSRians who genuinely support you, और जो नहीं सपोर्ट करता है उसको मैं लाइन पे ले ही आती हूँ. So
It's
yeah.
okay. Okay, Priyanka ji,
So
thank
all
you
the
so
best
much.
to you. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much, Priyanka ji. Moral support, it matters a lot. Actually, this kind of moral support matters A lot of people have come forward saying that they want to help, but because of the sensitive nature of the work that we are doing, I am not able to entertain all. Like recently, some Sankalp Gupta from Mumbai, he said that he wanted to submit the proofs, drives as the proofs and all. I said, fine, go ahead and file a complaint first, saying that this lady is defaming the highest institutions of the country and big celebrities and big politicians of this country, saying that uh, they played with her case and they know the truth and everything. She is sharing certain drives saying that they belong to Sushant, which you don't believe. So go and file a complaint. At least that way they can. So this gentleman went and filed an. I asked him to file an FIR, but he wrote letter to Mumbai Home Minister. I mean, he is some person in BJP. He has some role. So he wrote a complaint on me. Okay. Uh, but as usual, there was no action done or taken. So, of course, people are coming forward to help and to get things moving on ground. Definitely, let us all brainstorm together, Priyanka ji, कि कैसे करने से हम लोग मतलब इसको एक इस मूवमेंट को हम लोग और इसको स्ट्रॉन्ग बना के इतना बड़ा आवाज बनाएं कि इसको और इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते हैं जो सत्ता में बैठे हैं अधिकारी लोग
Sure,
इस
sure.
आवाज को
There are some genuine people. Uh, am I audible?
यस यस
There are
प्रियंका जी
some
आप
genuine people who are, yes, who are interested in, and I keep on telling lot of people that Dipti Pinity is doing a lot of hard work from 3 4 years. So I think we should get associated, and very soon I will associate you with them. So let's discuss someday about all these things, and definitely things will move forward. And wish you all the best. I think someone else is also waiting.
श्योर 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 पापिया या हेलो पापिया जी
यस मैम, यस मैम। गुड
यस
इवनिंग,
प्लीज
हाउ आर यू?
गुड इवनिंग
एंड
आई एम
आज
फाइन
आपको देख के थोड़ा और हिम्मत हुआ कि कि आपको पता है लास्ट आफ्टर श्रीदेवी जी तब से लेके अभी तक आप स्टिल लड़ रहे हैं, ठीक है, और लड़ी जा रहे हैं। और ऐसा होता है कि सत्य, हाँ, थोड़ा परेशान होते हैं, थोड़ा नहीं, अच्छे खासे हम परेशान होते हैं सत्य, बट सत्य जीतता है आखिर में, ट्रूथ जीतता है। और आपके साथ हम भी खड़े हैं। मैं हमेशा आज भी आपको देखी तो आज मेरे को इतना खुशी हुआ कि बीच में बहुत मेरा मोरल बिल्कुल डाउन, मतलब खत्म हो चुका था कि शायद सुशांत को नहीं मिलेगा जस्टिस, शायद सुशांत को दिशा को नहीं मिलेगा, क्योंकि खाली हम डिवाइन सोल ही बोलते रहेंगे, ना ही श्रीदेवी जी को मिलेगा। तो श्रीदेवी जी का आपने जहां तक लेके गए हैं वहां पे है, बट सुशांत को शायद नहीं मिलेगा, है ना? किंतु आज आपको देख के लग रहा है कि जरूर मिलेगा। क्यों नहीं मिलेगा? बीच में ऐसा लग रहा था कि आफ्टर मीन, मतलब सॉरी नाम नहीं लूंगी, तो आफ्टर ऐसा लगा था कि नहीं होगा, अब स्लाइड से लग रहा था कि बहुत कुछ हो जाएगा, बट आज फिर अच्छा लग रहा है कि बहुत कुछ होगा, सुशांत को जरूर मिलेगा, न्याय मिलेगा, एंड जस्टिस फॉर एसएसआर एंड दिशा शालिग्राम एंड सो मेनी जिनके भी
हम
ऐसे हुए हैं ना।
हमारे ऊपर डिपेंड करता है पापिया जी इट्स अस
यस, बट
हमारे ऊपर
मैम
डिपेंड होता है
होता नहीं है ट्रूथ, पता है हम लोग, मैं भी ट्रूथ के लिए, सच के लिए लड़ती हूँ। इतना दबाया जाता है ना, इतना दबाया जाता है, मैं अकेली लड़ती रहती हूँ, अकेली लड़ती हूँ, बिना सपोर्ट के लड़ती हूँ, हार नहीं मानती हूँ, हार नहीं मानने वालों में से हूँ, तो हार नहीं मानती
नहीं
हूँ।
पापिया
और
जी
मुझे आपको आपको देख के ना बहुत अंदर से ना एक वो आता है, इसलिए थैंक यू फॉर, एंड आप ऐसे ही रहें, और इसके साथ साथ आपके पीछे हम जरूर हैं, ठीक है मैम? थैंक यू, गुड नाइट, गुड नाइट, थैंक यू।
hello can you hear me can you see me I'm not sure I was thrown out of the stream when Papia ji was speaking, but I did hear to her. Thank you so much for joining. Let me not uh, extend this session too long. Let us keep the sessions short so that more and more people watch and get to know about the truth. It's up to us. The systems are made for the public. Okay, if we let others take control of us and उनकी मनमानी करने दें, सच जानने के बावजूद भी अगर हम लोग एकजुट होकर नहीं खड़े हुए, then we deserve this. Okay, thank you, Somil. Yes, I got disconnected. Okay, so I would like to say end the session here today. This was Disha's special session. Again, we'll be back with new Hindi sessions next week. So till then, namaste, take care. Let's stay strong. This time, let us not forget, neither forgive. The life of our future generations is at stake. Depends on if we act or if we don't act. The quality of their lives will depend on this decision of ours. Bye. Take care. We'll meet soon.